I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. God Degen joins me. Hi.
Oh my god, hi, hello. Welcome, everyone.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello. My name is God Degen. You can just call me Degen for short. I am a virus-inflicted virtual assistant that lives in your PC.
Listen to that voice. That's a heck of a voice, isn't it? So, how did you get started with VTubing?
Well, streaming in general was something that I've always wanted to do since roughly 2018-ish, good couple of years ago, but it wasn't something that I ever had the balls to actually do, right?
Right.
Up until last year, I ended up taking some medication for some mental health reasons, and I was like, man, I don't have anxiety anymore, what the fuck? And I figured I may as well take advantage of that and just start streaming and see how it goes, and that way I can properly sort out whether or not I like it.
Yeah.
Instead of having it be a regret.
Yeah, so something you always wanted to do but never quite pulled the trigger on.
Yeah, I was always really anxious about it because I'm quite a socially anxious person. So it was always one of those where I was just man, if I start streaming, everyone's gonna boo at me and throw tomatoes at me and they're all gonna hate me.
Oh no, they're not gonna do that. Well, some people might do that.
Maybe. I can handle it now though, so it's fine.
Well, the problem is, there's some people that are on there strictly to mess you up. So, I mean, once you realize they're doing it to everybody, it's a different story. Oh yeah, you.
Nah, for real.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
So, you had some anxiety issues before, and you found something that seems to have worked and cut that anxiety down. Was that the main thing that kept you from going on and streaming?
Yeah, I suppose so. Because I've been on the internet for basically forever now. And before, my only proper stuff that I would upload would just be art, drawing, because I don't know, it was just something that I did in my downtime. And then people started asking oh, can you do tutorials for stuff like this? I was like, man, but then I gotta talk in them, and that's kind of scary to me. So I never got around to doing that. But yeah.
Well,
it was mostly just anxiety. Yeah.
Well, you did have the courage to put your artwork up there. That takes a lot of, as you said, balls to do. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's I couldn't do something like that, and I've talked to a lot of people. First of all, that they would probably call the police on me how bad I do artwork.
No.
It really is bad. But have you always been an artist?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I wouldn't class myself as an artist. I'm just someone who draws, right? But ever since I was a kid, I've always been the type to doodle constantly, all the time, every day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a difference between doodling in your notebook and showing other people what you're doing. I mean, I'm sure I've got doodles somewhere, but I've kept them hidden underground, buried, and no one's going to ever see them again. Including me, but when did you get the courage to start showing people what you're doing?
I don't remember. This must have been end of high school. So I want to say shit. How old am I?
That's what I ask myself every day. How old am I?
8 years ago-ish, roughly. Around that time, yeah.
And was that about the time, you started? I mean, high school is such a hard time anyway to find yourself in, junior high and high school.
Yeah.
Were you kind of looking for, was that a very developmental time for you as far as being who you are today?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm. It'll be like developmental for like everyone, right?
Mostly.
Um.
I know I went to my high school reunion a couple of years ago, and sometimes even after all that time, they just still didn't develop.
No way.
Absolutely, absolutely. I could tell you for a fact.
I mean, I guess
Or
some people are just stuck in their ways then.
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Nah, I'd say high school definitely gave me development in like the bad ways.
Ah.
Like, oh, that's why I'm so anxious.
Mm,
Um, so it's taken me like a lot of time to be able to undo all of that and
right.
become the person that I am now.
Yeah. Well.
Um,
Well.
so it was developmental, but like I don't know how to phrase it.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was. It was. It was hindrance rather than a help. Yeah.
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 But then at the same time, because I wasn't really doing anything better in high school, I was just like, man, I guess I'll just live on the internet, and now I'm here now, so
So I've characterized VTubing a little bit in the past as going from say high school to college. You're still the same person, but you get to set who you present yourself as. It's like
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
all of your past pretty much gets erased. They don't remember that you split your pants in third grade, bending down for a pencil or anything like that, because everybody will remember
Yeah.
that. You get to start over. Um, did
Yeah.
that kind of happen for you out of high school? You got a chance to reassess and start over again?
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily start again, even, because it's not like I turn like a complete blind eye to the past, but
Mm,
it's more of like, oh, these are situations that I can now like look back at and laugh at,
mm,
and I can have these as stories for other people to laugh at, so that people who may have like similar issues, similar problems, they can hear, oh, this random anime woman on the internet has had something similar happen to her before. Maybe this isn't so bad, you know?
that's a great attitude to have. That really is. I mean, no, it. Not only have you been able to triumph over your own things, but you want to bring other people along with you, and that's a great asset to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you don't teach. That's something that comes from that says a lot about you as a person, actually,
Huh.
in a good way, in a good way.
I try.
Yeah. Now coming on and getting that microphone turned on.
Mm.
Um, did you sit for a while with the microphone in front of you, saying, "Okay, it's time to do this. It's time to do this," or did you jump right in?
So, I brought my mic like with the intention of streaming
Mm.
for like a year before I actually got around to doing it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's you're still putting yourself out there, even though you don't see
Mm.
who's there. Um,
Course.
when you finally clicked that microphone on, and started talking, how did it feel? Was it a release? Was it just made you even more nervous?
It was nothing. So at the time I was on, like I said, I was on meds for my anxiety. So
Hmm.
these were antidepressants, right?
Right.
And the way that those work, is that they don't make you happy. They just kind of like get rid of any sort of like emotion that you have.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really feel anything. I was
Mm,
just like aware, like, okay, people may or may not be watching me now.
right.
That's new, but I
Mm,
didn't like think too hard into it.
mm, yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what especially the rudimentary ones do. Uh, also speaking
Yeah.
from experience. Um,
Yeah.
take away the highs and lows and give you kind of like a today's my day to keep living and I'm going to breathe now. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
More or less.
so when you started getting people coming on and coming
Mm.
back for you and your personality, how did that affect you?
Really positively, actually.
Mhm.
Um, it was like I was kind of like super lonely at the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
And I got really lucky. Because when I did start streaming, I already had like a few people showing up because I had been posting to like Reddit and whatnot, and there were already like a handful of people that were wary of my existence, I suppose.
Wary.
Um,
I like that.
Wary.
They
No,
were-
aware, not wary.
I think wary is a lot more fun. They were wary of my
Yeah.
existence.
You gotta watch out.
I can just see everybody sitting at their computer with their eyes squinted out, looking back and forth, waiting for you to show up.
Listen, either they have to sit there and wait for me to come, otherwise I'm gonna come and get them.
That's
Okay,
right.
they don't have a choice.
Hear a knock on their door. No.
But yeah, it was like, I don't know, it just felt nice. It was nice. I was like, oh my god, people want to hang out with me. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's almost a fulfilling type of thing, or justifying. I use that term every once in a while. Justifying
Yeah.
thing. It's like, well, I'm here now for a reason, other than just wanting to go on and yap and do things online. When you started seeing the number go up a little bit of people coming on,
Yeah.
now you start to get a community going,
Mm-mm-mm.
and so that had to put a little wind beneath your wings.
Yeah, I remember, like when I did start getting like more and more people and more, as you say, a community starting to build. I started like waking up like 3-4 hours before my alarm clock just to like check like socials and be like, oh my god, I'm so excited to stream today.
Somebody mentioned me. Yay!
Oh my god, someone drew fan art. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's something else too. Now, how you're representing yourself online, your
How am I
avatar and
representing
such,
myself?
your avatar and your model. How did that come about? Is it your design, or tell me about God Degen?
So it was my design. It was the result of me designing myself a VTuber model a good couple years before actually streaming. Um, I had like a picture on my phone of like an old notebook with a character in it that I wanted to be my VTuber model that I just never did anything with.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I started streaming with a free VTuber model, and then once I realized, oh, I really like this, I went back, I dug out like those old sketches, and then I just kind of cleaned them up a bit digitally, and then I sent them off to like an actual designer and was like, hey, can you, like fix me, please? So it was half my own work and then half the work of someone who actually knows what they're doing.
Well, I mean, you still get 50% credit.
Yeah, of course.
That's a smart way to go about it. You don't have to do all the work. If you put in your 50% and you tell them it's 100%, if you accidentally do 60%, they think you're doing 110%, and then you still got 40% left over for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to tell my grandkids.
Aw.
Grandpa tells them how to avoid work. Yes. Yeah, I'm the bad grandpa.
It's a necessary skill in life.
That's right. I'm the grandpa. I taught my first grandson how to blow a raspberry.
Yeah.
And they were saying, "Are you teaching him how to?" Yes. So my daughter walks in, and first thing that Wyatt does is turn to her and. I was so proud.
That's so sweet.
Yes. Yeah, she wasn't very happy with me, but the thing is, I passed on a very vital skill.
Yeah.
So, do you have any, when you got on and started rolling a little bit, did you really have any goals when you started as your VTuber model, or did you just do it to see what would happen?
I had hypothetical goals because, of course, like you'll see people on like Hololive and Niji-Sanji who are doing like all these like big incredible things,
Right.
and so of course I would have like those thoughts of like, man, imagine if I did make it big, and then I can I don't know, do cover songs and 3D lives, and maybe I'll get like my own model and do XYZ, whatever, right?
Right.
But I was very like self-aware of like this might not work out how I want it to.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just kind of go in blindly and see how it goes. Like we'll play it by ear,
Mm.
essentially.
So
Yeah.
you didn't dive in the deep end, but you did dangle your feet in anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you mentioned songs recording.
Mm-mm.
Is that in the future? Are we going to see some songs?
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I did a charity stream a while back.
Uh-huh.
And one of the incentives was if we hit a certain goal, or record two cover songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one cover song was for one goal, the other one was for the other one. Um, and it turns out that we completely smashed those goals, and so I
Good.
still need to work on those a little bit.
you, you YouTubers set these goals, and you think that no one will push them to. They will do that.
Yeah, I learned that quite quickly.
If you set it out there, they will find it. So, have you at least got an idea of what songs you'd like to do?
Yes,
Mm.
I have one in the works. I
Mm.
have the backing track for it ready.
Oh,
Uh, I have to keep it a secret though, because
ah,
otherwise, if I take it too seriously and tell people that I'm doing it, then I'll never get it done.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
then comes the pressure to get it done, and it's it's there's a lot of difference in doing it on your own terms as opposed to somebody else's terms. Um,
Yeah.
that's the way with art too. I mean, have you done artwork for other people, or have you done it strictly for yourself for the most part?
Mostly for myself, but I have taken up a few commissions. I used to do commissions quite frequently last year,
Mm-hmm.
around a year ago, so just before I started streaming.
Yeah.
Um, I I find like commissions to be so difficult because I realize that if I'm not interested in what they're trying to commission me for, then I can't really bring myself to want to sit down and work on it. So I kind of just like properly slowed down with those with that sort of work because if I can't hit like the right amount of consistency with the quality in my work, then I don't want to give people any less than what is the best from me. If
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Definitely does, especially if you take pride in what you're doing, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you just don't want to throw stuff out there because let's face it, it's 2025. If somebody wanted to do that, they just turn on a computer and have an AI do it. Uh,
AI, boo.
there you go. See, it's just people. A lot of folks get mad about the art, but it's announcers too. I mean, good
Yeah.
gravy! How many of those YouTube ads have you seen with a AI announcer mispronouncing every other word? Um,
Hate it. I hate
oh,
it so much. I
yeah,
hate, like, I understand why people want to, like, integrate AI into, like, into whatever, because, it does get rid of, like, menial tasks, but then it also takes out the soul of literally everything
yeah,
that has ever existed.
exactly. It's the most it's slightly more. It's the most vanilla thing in the world. I mean, it's there's just nothing behind it whatsoever. It's competent at most, which is
Yeah.
that is one of the worst words you can tell to an artist or or anybody who's trying to entertain is yes, that was very competent. Thank you.
Yes.
You want to see an artist's soul leave their body. Tell them they were very competent. That certainly was a picture. Thank you.
Yes, an image of all time. Very cool.
Yes, that certainly was something that you did. So, so you did do some commissions. I'm always interested to find out. You mentioned that it had to be something that would have to be interesting to you in order for you to feel good about doing it. Um,
No.
how did you get through that? I mean, because people still want your take on something, but if somebody just gives you a picture of their little Chihuahua dog or something that's just sitting there, says, "Here, do one of these." How did you get yourself motivated to eventually do them?
I just force myself to do it. Like, I would. I remember just at some point I had like a 4-day period where I barely slept. I
Mm,
barely showered.
mm,
I brought like a bunch of like cold compresses for my forehead, and I was just like, okay, I have all this shit to like work through. I may as well sit down and like force myself to lock in, and then I never have to do it again.
mm. Did you get them done?
Yeah. Sorry, say that again?
Did you get them done?
I got them done.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
But then after that point, I was like, okay, I need to like start picking and choosing the things that I actually work on now.
Sorry, no more drive-through orders. No, only special orders now for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. I would find that really tough if I was good enough to do that, which I'm never going to be. Um, it would be very tough to find someone else's vision in
Yeah.
something. And when, especially if you're like, I imagine you consider yourself self-taught. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's you've been drawing to your vision all this time. Um, now you're kind of having somebody look over your shoulder all the time.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember I had this one commission. God, I can't like I've blocked it out of my memory. But I remember the client being so difficult and everything that I did was constantly incorrect. And then it got to the point where they were changing it so much that I had to start like changing their price, like the pricing that I originally gave to them.
Right, right.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And people see stories like that from one side or the other. Like I'm sure that if the customer would put out later like, oh, they charged me more and more, and the price went up and up. What they don't say is, yeah, but you changed it every 5 seconds after they already drawn it.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly, yeah.
they put out the super extra work for you, and you're still not satisfied. You creep.
Man.
they
It
they don't.
doesn't have to be that difficult. All that they need to do is like if they have something super specific, just like give me like of course they're not the artist, so I don't expect them to draw me like a full-on sketch of what they want, but just give me
Yeah,
like a rough like gist using stick figures or something, you know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and when it comes right down to it, you're hiring an artist to do their art and their
Yeah.
interpretation. If you're just putting somebody to do your stuff, again, figure out how to do it yourself, or you
Mm.
know, it,
Yeah.
or take
Just
a
pick up a
picture.
pencil.
Take a picture of
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
and and then Photoshop it or something to
Mm-hmm.
where you get it
Exactly,
right.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that you are on and streaming, what's an average stream like?
Oh gee. Oh God.
When I
Um
when I bomb when I bomb into one of your streams, what am I going to see?
uh I don't know. I mean, it really changes depending on the day. I can't give you a solid answer to that.
So, I mean, are you doing art streams, doing game streams, what type of stuff?
Okay, so typically it will start out as like a game stream.
Hmm.
But usually it'll end up derailing. So, for example, I started playing Zenless Zone Zero recently,
Yeah.
and I last time I played that on stream. So on Sunday, what ended up happening was midway through the stream, we ended up talking about how big one of the characters' foreheads was, and then I ended up talking about how it looks like they would have like a little breathing hole on their forehead, and then we started talking about slugs and how they have breathing holes, and then we started talking about how slugs reproduce. And
Oh
that
my
was
God.
like a whole hour of the stream dedicated to biology at that point. So
I'm sure the
I
creators of Zenless Zone Zero appreciate the fact that they're now tied to that.
yeah.
There goes that
We had like
sponsorship.
diagrams and everything.
I said, there goes that sponsorship.
I know, right?
No,
Fine.
that is actually really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got folks who are with you who are interacting enough with you to derail you into something else. Who says, oh, let's talk about this, and you're willing enough to react to what they want. That's a very good dynamic.
It's more me derailing
Mm,
from like the viewers like they watch in horror. And they're like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Stop!" And I'm just like, "No, no, 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 no. This is how you look at the slug diagram. Please look at this little blue thing that intertwines with each other."
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't get yourself demonetized over that.
It's worth it, worth it. Honestly, I'm educating the masses.
That sounds like a very degen thing to do.
Sorry about it.
Do you find yourself every once in a while in a stream and something derails, and then you kind of stop and say, "How did I get here?"
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
You're playing a very simple game, and suddenly you're talking about the reproductive systems and slugs.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're talking about like the Parson to Furry pipeline and putting characters onto that scale. Like,
Well, looking at it from my angle, I'm seeing somebody who's really gotten a chance to blossom out on this platform. And
yeah.
and do you feel that way sometimes, where you've really gotten a chance now to show everybody what you're all about?
Yes and no.
Mm.
Like somehow both. Because again, it can really depend on the day. Like sometimes I don't have like the mood for it. Like I make schedules and whatnot,
Right.
but I'm not always like all there for me to be able to properly perform at 100% constantly.
Right.
Although I do try my best, like 90% of the time. I would say I've had way more good streams than I've had bad streams. I don't remember the last time that I've had a stream that I've been like, man, I have to private the VOD for this because I hated that stream so much. But I still feel like I still have. There's still a lot of room to grow and a lot of me trying to figure out who I am in this sort of stuff and how, like, what direction I want to take things before I can properly expand as much as I want to.
Mm. And so you're still trying to figure out how what path you want to take in some things.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can see that, but still, given from where you were before to where you are now, are you satisfied with not just the growth in your channel, but the growth in yourself as well?
Oh, 100%. Definitely.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with like a friend of mine before, that just like, yeah, like a lot of shit's happened, but I have like so much more like cool stuff to work with now, and I've met so many cool people, like I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm. Has it given you more confidence?
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
Yeah.
I can make small talk with people now. It's crazy.
People don't realize how tough that is. It's very tough to empathize with things that you haven't gone through.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the doctor while he was slapping me on the butt when I came out. So yeah, I talk all the time. But for some folks it was very tough to do that. It wasn't in their nature at the time to do that.
Yeah.
While you were kind of going through that with anxiety, did you have that a bubbling feeling that there was a very personable young person trying to get out and just didn't have an avenue yet?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mm.
I
A
feel like
volcano.
there's a lot of stuff that like I missed out on just by being really like anxious and like introverted because I was like kept to myself. So now that I finally found a way to get over that, or now that I have gotten over it for the most part, I'm trying my best to like make up for like lost time, so to say.
Is this so? Would you say that what you're doing here online is kind of transferred over to your offline life, or is it the other way around?
What I'm doing online transfers over to offline.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So you're able to be a little more gregarious and open with people?
Yeah. I'm like, for example, so I'm in university at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before streaming, I would just not speak to anybody. I would keep to myself in the corner, make sure that nobody makes eye contact with me, because if I make eye contact with them, they're gonna come over and speak to me, and I'm
Oh,
gonna hate that.
oh,
But post streaming, uh, I've been a lot more able to just like go up to people and be like, "Oh, hey, I saw you have like this on your bag. Do you like XYZ? Haha, we should be friends, teehee."
yeah.
Um,
Give me your money. Oh, I'm sorry.
it's
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's a
yeah.
whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, I can understand that. I can understand with because it's now you got to you have the ability to break the ice a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not easy to do. Even for some people who consider themselves, very very social, active. Sometimes that first bit is the toughest part. Um, and then you realize that either yes, this was a really good idea to talk to this person, or oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get an order of protection.
I mean, well, one thing that really helps me with like being able to speak to people IRL
Yeah.
is again the entire thing about either this goes well or I just have another funny story for stream.
It's such a a lot of people have a tough time with that. I mean, you by looking at it that way, you have basically ensured that what you're doing is going to be positive.
Yeah.
You're not looking. You've given yourself virtually no chance of what you're doing being a negative, which is a pretty amazing thing to come up with on your own.
Yeah, winners don't lose. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's if it didn't work out quite the way you wanted, maybe it worked out better and funnier. That's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
I should take that to work with me, but yeah, but now with the people I work with, no, no,
Oh no.
no, not gonna work. But really that's especially when you're talking about an entertainment type of thing, which is what you're doing. You're entertaining
Hmm.
people. Um,
Yeah.
even in the most scripted things on the planet, like a movie or a old radio show, sometimes it's the ad libs that were funnier,
Yeah.
and it's those
Exactly.
when the microphone breaks and hits you on top of the head or something,
Yeah.
which I've had happen before. Thonk.
Too many people take themselves like way too seriously.
Mm,
I think it's important to just be able to look like just at yourself and be able to laugh sometimes. Not
mm.
in like a self-deprecating way, but just in a oh gee, oh gosh, I'm a person. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the humanity part of it.
Yeah.
It's everybody is broken a key in a door sometime or locked their keys in the car, like my wife
Yeah.
does all the time. Honey, take the keys with you.
Aw.
but or tripped and fallen down an entire bleachers at halftime of a high school basketball game. Maybe I'm the only one that did that, but it's still something happens that you can either take as absolutely the most devastating thing that's ever happened when it's a molehill instead of a mountain, or you can play it as it lies and get what you can out of it and have fun with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually have that happen at a high school game. I was still a student, but we were doing the play-by-play for our local television stations, and
Yeah.
I I was coming down during they had a junior varsity game, which is the younger kids were out there playing before the actual basketball game, and I come down from the crow's nest and trip immediately, and I don't have a lot of balance to start with, so with
Yeah.
the entire high school on the other side of the gym watching, I tripped on the top step and rolled all the way to the bottom step.
No.
Bang, 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 bang. And of course, they just went berserk. I mean, that's the funniest thing they've seen. And I didn't get really hurt or anything, so they
Yeah.
they were laughing up in the side. Then the away team was on the other side laughing at me. So I come out and I go, okay. And the guys with me are like, you idiot. Okay, okay, fine.
Well,
Like, so I bandaged myself up what I had to, and I said, okay, guys, let's play this. Let's really play this out. I said, everybody surround me as I go out there to try to help me get back up the stairs to make sure I do it right.
yeah.
They go, okay, we'll do that. So I come out there and everybody's watching, and I take 1, 2 steps, and I actually do trip.
Oh no.
And then I and then I got down and ran back out of the thing. And then with me, they go, ah! So then I come back in and finally made it to the top, and I got a standing ovation.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the only one I ever going to get. But see, you play it, it could have been just, total disastrous, and I could have broken down, and first of all, thankfully I didn't get too hurt. I broke it down and
Yeah.
just, but you make it into something. You take lemons and make goulash out of it. You do.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
and it sounds like you've kind of got that now, where you're comfortable enough with yourself to accept what's going on and adapt, adopt, and improve.
Yeah, 100%. It's what you make of the situation, really.
Mm-hmm. And you're ready to make filet mignon out of tuna salad. I mean, I think that's wonderful, and I think that says a lot about your character that you're able
Mhm.
to do that. But not only that, but you've become an entertainer as well, coming from.
It's weird. Like things looped around weirdly for me. So when I was like a little kid, I did like theater and stuff
Mm,
like that.
yeah.
And like usually whenever you hear of like streamers or VTubers, creators who have done theater before, usually they'll be like, oh yeah, I've always known since I was a kid that I wanted to be like an entertainer. I always wanted to be on a stage. I did theater. um but I remember being like a kid and hating it. I did not want to be there. I hated being in front of an audience.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did too. I never liked doing it. I was in some chorus groups when I was in grade school, and
Yeah.
they threw me out there in front because I was the loudest, not necessarily because I was hitting any notes. So I would get out there and do my stuff, and then gradually I got to the point where people are watching me do this. Like, and I kind of faded off into the background as much as possible, which saved a lot of people's ears. But still, um, it even for me, I would do uh, broadcasts and radio where I would have 4-digit people listening. I knew they were because of what the
Yeah.
what thing was, and it didn't bother me. But you get me in front of
Mm-mm.
10 people in a room, and then it bothered me. And
It might have to do something with them, like actually having like the physical eyes on you, like
yeah,
when you're actually aware of like the visual amount
hmm
in front of you.
yeah. No, not
Yeah.
me, not me. I eventually I got over it a little bit. I did. A lot better than I was. I was able to
Yeah.
do some PA work for like in front of a couple thousand people a couple times.
Nice.
But they're not actually staring at me either. That's going
Yeah.
on. And I'm not going to go on stage and recite poetry or anything like that for many
Yeah.
reasons. Um, so for you, this is again, I kind of use that term blossoming. We're getting to
Mm-mm-mm.
see a lot of the real you, and which is great for us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd say myself on stream,
Hmm.
just like yapping and existing, while being live, that's probably the most of myself that I can ever be
Mm.
compared to like when I'm in person and I have to, uh, so to say, pretend to be normal instead of a little creature online.
Welcome to 2025. Somebody's going to probably write a book about that, and it'll be a bestseller. Um,
Honestly.
but here you've gotten a chance, and I'm going to have to ask you: is having the model and avatar, does it make that much of a difference for you being able to be open online?
Yes. I mean, it's kind of a bonus,
Mm,
really. I could definitely see myself doing this just without any sort of like visual persona.
Hmm.
I definitely wouldn't have my face online. That's more of like a privacy thing than anything though.
Right.
Um, but the having an actual model and being able to like kind of sometimes lean into something that not exactly like into more of a character.
Hmm.
It definitely does help for me to like it helps the confidence basically
Yeah.
because just at any moment I can just be like ah haha tee I'm just an anime girl online, you know.
You can always fall back on that.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course, but I
Yeah.
don't have to do it as much as I thought I would.
Mm. Yeah. Well, again, maybe that's because you got in and found that you could swim a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, if if you'd have gone in and had a really bad experience right away, um, that might have been something that, got your fingers burnt. You're not going to touch that pan again. But but the fact you're able to come in and have a fairly smooth start probably helped.
Yeah, no, I got insanely lucky with the people who showed up to my chat like for the first few days of streaming. Everyone was really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely a lot more stiff and awkward back then,
Mm-hmm.
but the people who showed up, I remember I don't remember the exact message I got, but somebody said something to the effect of, "Hey, like I know you might feel awkward, but like your personality, it's so nice to see. You basically act how I feel all the time." And that's when it kind of like struck me as like, okay, maybe I don't have to worry so much that I'm not doing everything perfectly.
Now, it, people don't necessarily want perfection. It's
Yeah,
and it's again a lot of it is what people want to see. But as long as you're not changing yourself to do that, you're not pushing yourself as an entirely other character. Some folks can do that, and more power to them. But that would be
of
exhausting.
course.
That
I
would
know.
that would be and then you get to the point like you were doing with um, your commissions where you weren't really enjoying yourself so much,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it becomes a job, and it's not quite as fun. But I don't see that. I think that you've really got a great attitude for this, and I'm hoping that that leads to more success for you. Um, and
Hopefully, hopefully.
people will tune in. Do you have yourself a goal now?
My goal, okay, so my main broad goal is to just be able to make as much money streaming as
Mm-hmm.
I do at my current part-time job, and
Mm.
then that way I can live off of streaming and my part-time job, and
Wow,
that way after uni I can hopefully lean more into the streaming stuff.
there you go.
That's kind of my goal for like the next like 2 years or so.
Yeah, that's very realistic, actually,
Mm-mm.
and it's still optimistic, but realistic at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think you've got the personality to do it, obviously, and it's just going to be a question of time and opportunity and
Yeah.
that sort of thing coming together. But the fact that you're still getting university and stuff in as you're doing this also means that you are, despite your internet name, you are sensible enough to have a landing spot.
Yeah, I don't want to put all of my eggs into one basket. I think the idea of, oh yeah, I'm guaranteed to make it big as a streamer. It's yeah, no, absolutely not. I would like to.
Yeah,
And it'd be great if I can, and it's definitely something I want to work towards. But like, I'd happily settle with just like a regular 9 to 5 as well, as long as I have a roof over my head and some food, you know?
yeah. That's putting your eggs in one basket and then throwing the basket at someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got to tell you, it's absolutely wonderful to talk with you, and
Mm-mm.
I'm very impressed with everything I hear and what you brought yourself through.
Thank you.
It's I talk about people being triumphs, and I think your surroundings do not create you. You are the triumph that emerges from those surroundings.
Yes,
And
exactly.
sounds like you're exactly you're following that. You've taken what you had and and absolutely fine-tuned it at this point.
Yeah.
I hope you're proud.
It's hard to be proud sometimes, but like you gotta like look at like the pathway that you've walked, and
Mm-hmm.
you see how far you've come, and it's just like, what the, huh? I
Yeah.
made it this far? Hello?
Is this still me? Hello, microphone. Is this still me?
Yeah,
Is this still on?
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
So deep down, I am quite proud of myself. It's just sometimes it's difficult to admit.
yeah. Well, you just admitted it to me, so now everybody knows that you are so prideful. We found internet
Oh,
drama!
gee,
Yay!
oh
Degen, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
no. Thank you for having me. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
it's gonna be fun seeing what you're doing here, and how this expands, because I think we are better off with you behind the microphone here, and I hope that someday we can do something like this again.
I hope so too. I very thoroughly enjoyed this actually.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.